Amazing. Well, I have no idea still what you said. I'm still gonna learn it one time, but it's not today. But thank you so much. I know everything you said was 100% amazing. So thank you so much for identifying me, and thank you so much for having me here on the call today. It's my pleasure to be here with you on the call. I'm not gonna lie, I stopped doing the team calls for a moment. So you are my only team call girls till the end of this year, right? So I'm gonna do my best to be able to share some value with you. Yeah, yes, to be able to share some value with you that hopefully is gonna help you to become better traders as well, and to become in general, to become basically the person that you want to be in the moment that you want to be in, because trading psychology comes directly with the psychology of daily psychology, right? Our psychology that we live by every single day of our life. So once again, I'm super excited, super grateful to be here with all of you. And I'm not going to introduce myself because I believe that Tuha did it from me already. So I'm going to not repeat the same exact information. I'm just going to say that for the past 6 years already, I had an honor of being an educator in IM Academy. For the past 7.5 years, I've had an honor to be in a network marketing already career, found network marketing first and trading career afterwards, right? And I switched to trading after some years completely. But it doesn't mean that you need to do it. You need to follow what you want, right? And what you do and what brings your heart to fire as well. So what I'm going to talk today about is it's not going to be directly about trading. We're going to say a couple of words about trading as well. But most importantly, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about something that is going to help you to get where you want to be in every single area of life, which is far more important than only trading, right? Because success in trading only comes when we work on this part and on this part, right? When we been able to manage our emotions. A lot of the times people are wondering why, trading is so difficult. And it's not surprisingly that, people cannot manage trading because people cannot manage themselves in the first place. So to be able to manage your trading account, to be able to become a good trader, right? We first need to learn how to manage ourselves, our own emotions, our own feelings, right? And we know that, emotions, a lot of people say that try to turn off your emotions, get over your emotions in trading, try to not feel emotions. And I'm going to tell you immediately that is not the case, because the more you block your emotions in trading, the more it's going to get back at you later on. Because blocking emotions is never there, like it's never the option, it's never there out, like it's never there, basically, like it's never the way to do it. Because in the end of the day, if you block your emotions in life, you're just closing your eyes of the problem that exists, right? Because your emotions are telling you that there is an alarm, there is something going on that you need to pay attention to. Maybe there are some certain beliefs, maybe there are certain, patterns, maybe there are certain programs in our mind that we got taught about that are leading us to act in a certain way, and our emotions is just in between. It's just an alert. It's telling you, pay attention to whatever is happening, pay attention to this pattern, pay attention to this program that you believe that you have, because this is not leading you to where you want to go, right? And if you try to block your emotions, you're basically trying to put the wall in between you and this pattern. But how long can this wall can hold on, right? It's only it's only for some period of time. In the end of the day, if we don't work on the first initial reason why we feel those emotions, they're not going to disappear, and it's going to just come again and again and again every single time stronger, and we're going to keep losing more and more money in trading exactly because of the same mistakes. Because the truth about trading is that people do not create new reasons to lose money. Let me know in the chat box if you are here. I'm going to ask you a question. If you are here between 6 months, 0 months and 6 months, so up until 6 months, put me 1 in the chat box, please. If you've been here with us in IM Academy between 0 and 6 months, put me 1, please, in the chat box. For those who've been here between 6 months and 12 months, so from half a year to a year, please put me 2 in the chat box. Okay, more. Okay, and who've been here more than a year, put me 3 in the chat box. How many of beautiful ladies here are okay? We have, okay, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, I have. Okay, I see. We have a lot of you been here over a year. Amazing, awesome, I love it. For those of you who just joined, welcome to the family. Welcome to I Am, and we love seeing you here. I love seeing you here, Yurls. And why I was asking it is because initially the truth is that why you lose money in trading in the first 6 months are exactly the same reasons why you lose money in trading after 12 months of being here. Those are not different reasons, despite people think they are, but they're actually not. It's exactly the same reasons. It might come earlier, might come later, but I've seen so many people as an educator as well, and it's just the leader in my previous team as well that I used to lead, right? And just on a daily basis, we do exactly the same mistakes. We are not so creative that we're gonna come up with a new ways of lose money every single day or every other week. You can summarize them to 15 different reasons, let's say, and those are exactly the same ones why everyone loses money in the first year, in the second year, essentially in the third year, if the person doesn't learn or doesn't fix the initial reason, initial program, initial belief that we have. And despite the belief that, like that losing money is a sign of mistake, right? Who believes that losing money in trading is a sign that you are doing something wrong, is a sign of mistake? Do you believe this? Put me, I don't know, whatever in the chat box. Yes, in the chat box you can put, if you believe that losing money is sometimes, yes. Despite that sometimes, like we believe, most of us, that especially in the beginning, that losing money is a mistake, losing money is that we are doing something wrong. Sometimes it even leads us to the thought that if you lose money in trading, it's because we are not good enough, or we are not doing enough, or we need to switch a strategy, or maybe it's not enough, it's not even for us, sometimes, especially in the first couple of months, despite of all of this, losing money in trading, no matter at which level, you are of the knowledge, of understanding, of, progress, right? Always is just a sign that there is certain program or certain behavior pattern in our minds that we are used to, right? That is leading us to act in a certain way. And losing money is not the problem. And losing money is not by mistake. It's actually saving you from the far bigger losses in the future. Because think about this. If, let's say, you topped up your account now with $500 and you lost it after some time, right? Who've been here? 100, 550. I lost like 9 accounts, if I'm not mistaken, in the first 6 months. It was on average more than 1 account every month. I was blowing, right? So if you let's say you blew your account and you lost your money, think about this. Would it be rather better that you would do it now and you would actually learn on having to lose this capital, or let's say everything would go perfectly smooth for you and you would, achieve whatever level that you want, you would get funded, or you would raise your capital to certain amounts. And let's say you have 100K. And then this mistake comes and you blow that account. So instead of blowing $100, you blow $100,000 in your account. What would be more worse? I think the second one would be far more worse, and that would put you already in some troubles in life, probably, if you would blow such a big capital. So initial losses, initial accounts that we blow and we lose, how hard they might be at the moment of doing this, and how hard emotionally it can be for us to get over this and start trading again after a losing strike. We always need to remember that it's just the things that is protecting us from the far bigger losses in the future. If we would not fix it now, if this alert, this lump alarm is not would not appear now and would not pay our attention that, hey, something is going wrong. There is a certain belief that is not allowing us to move forward. There is a certain pattern that is not allowing us to grow. So let's work on this before we're gonna continue, right? So every single moment when I was blowing my accounts in the beginning of my trading journey, I remember how I felt. I remember frustration. I remember the fear of getting back into trading. I remember also the feelings when I wanted to take my MacBook and just throw it out of the window, out of frustration and anger. But every single time I was getting back into this just because I knew that no matter what is going to happen, if just one time after all of this, I'm going to succeed, it's going to be all worth it. Because we all are, sometimes sometimes are emotionally affected by by the moments that we lose and the moments, the money that we blow. But I always say that, in the end of the day, is this the amount of money that you are planning to make once you're good in trading? Or is the amount of money that you are planning to make once you learn, once you know how to do it, is far bigger than all your losses that you took already combined? Because if it's the second case, if you are about to make much more, if your plan is to make trading your living, then whatever is happening now is not the problem. It's not the big deal. It's as long as it's not affecting your level of life now, it's not a big deal. As long as your life, it's not putting you at risk, it's not a big deal. Yeah, it can be not nice at the moment, but you are going somewhere where there is much more opportunities. There are many more possibilities. There are many more, money to be made. And there is many more, dreams to come true than anything that we might lose right now, than anything that we can potentially be, sacrificing right now. And coming to this point, I also want to tell you something that a lot of people don't focus on. Because everyone focuses on technical issues and technically things how to get over the losses and how to actually start making money in trading. But some people forget about their psychology of the money. Money is, despite anyone believes it or not, like in my journey, I came to the point that money is energy. And you probably heard about that. And everyone says that money is energy, but what does it actually mean? Well, for me personally, from my own experience, it means that, first of all, money does not come when you don't know what you need it for and what you want. Imagine that you now have $1 million. What are you going to spend it on? Do you exactly know what do you need this money for? Do you exactly know what are you going to do with it? Do you exactly know why do you want it in the first place? And why specifically this amount? It can be different amount, what you want. What is this you're going to do with it? Because our mind and our brain works in a certain way. And one of the ways that it works on is a saving energy. And this is just this is just science. It works in a manner of saving energy. It's very sneaky. So our mind is not going to work until you have something that is interesting for your mind to work for. Because if you are just pushing yourself every single moment, every single day to work, in the moment you open your eyes till the moment you close your eyes and go to sleep, and you can hustling, you can be on calls, building the team, you can be self-developing, listening to the courses, go to events, trading, cloning, watching go lives. You can do it every single day. But if you do not know what are you doing it for, why do you need the money that you're trying to make, you are not going to get it despite how hard you work. Because you will always feel tired at some point. You will always feel distracted. Why? Because our mind is only focusing on the task that is good for the mind and that it wants to work for. One of the examples and one of the exercises that I wanted to give you, girls, for the end of the year as well, is something that helped me to make my first steps in trading, and something that keeps helping me every single month, every single year of my life. I don't know if, some of you probably heard my story and I'm not gonna repeat it, but long story short, when I started trading, I was completely broke. And I didn't even have money to rent my own apartment because some things happened before, and it's a long story. But at the moment, I was living with my friend who likely took care of me, and there were 5 people in a huge dog in our room of 30 square meters, 13 square meters, 1-3. And I, at some point, after 6 months, 7 months of work in network marketing trading, I had certain amount of capital accumulated that I wanted to rent my apartment finally. It was a long time ago. And I had a choice. I could rent an apartment that I liked. It was nice, kinda, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. But this amount, let's say, was around 50% of what I was earning at that point on average per month. And that would give me an opportunity to also, after this, pay the bills, get the food and stuff like this. So it would leave me with some buffer on top of it. And there was this apartment, which was on top of the highest building with a view on the whole city and the sunset with the panoramic windows. And this was the apartment that I really wanted. They just built this house, this building that was just new. The problem was that the rent for this apartment was around 95% of what I was earning per month. So it's not a difficult math to calculate that there was no buffer to live at all about it. So I had the rent for a month, and I had a little bit on top of it to live this month and the next month's rent, and that's it. So I had 2 months to figure something out, because after this 2 months, I couldn't anymore pay rent and live. And well, you probably guessed that I went for the second choice. And that was one of the best things I did in life, because I unlocked something for me that is called raising your level of normality. Raising your level of normality. This is the thing that if you allow yourself to do the things that you really want, deeply in your heart, deeply in your soul, the things that is really going to make you happy every single day when you wake up, your mind and your soul, everything, your body, your mind, everything is experiencing something completely new. The levels of energy, the levels of vibration, the levels of happiness, the levels of being proud of yourself that you've never experienced at that moment, up until that moment. As a result of it, your mind is going to find all the ways to save you, to help you to still stay at this level. Because at that moment, your level of what was possible was here. And then you jumped here. And you might not have financial abilities to be there. It might not be it might not be useful, how to say it, like common for you, right? But it's going to be feeling so awesome that this level is going to be already your normal level. You are not going to, you will not want to level down from this. It just, if you will, your mind and your soul and your body and your brain is going to do everything to find a way to get you back there, because this is not comfortable anymore. If you were buying food in the store for a couple of euros every single day, I remember the moments when I had exactly 2 euros or something per day, or 3 euros per day per food. I was broke student in Poland, right? And when you start eating in the restaurants, let's say once a week first, right? Then let's say 1 meal a day. Then let's say 2 meals a day. You are not going to want to level down from there, because it's not going to be comfortable anymore, because you know what is possible. You already did it once. You know that this is good for you. You know that you feel comfortable. You know that because of this, you save energy and you generate more energy and you feel better to do more things. So for your mind, there is a reason to help you to find all the ways to get back here or higher. When we do not know what is here, when we do not know what we want, our mind has no reason to help us to get there, to work harder, to work more efficient, to find new ways, to find new solutions, to to get us woke up in the morning, at the more like in the morning earlier, and not at 10 in the morning later, right? And like, this is why affirmations work. This is why visualization work and all of this. But the bad things that works is actually raising your level of normality. And raising your level of normality doesn't necessarily mean, don't get me wrong, it doesn't necessarily mean spending all your money that to go and rent an apartment that you want. It can be. But it can be also allowing yourself to buy the things that you wanted for a very long time, but you were like, it's irrational, I have other spendings now, and you will keep postponing the things that you want for what others called rational, or for what you've learned that it's rational and it's not giving you happiness, but you keep postponing what you actually want and what actually is going to make you happy for what is rational. This rational is eating on your energy. If this is not what you want, doing the things what you don't want is eating on your energy, this energy that you could spend on actually growing, on actually moving forward, on actually like becoming better, like raising the level of your life. This can be allowing yourself to go to the restaurant, for example, and like whatever, let's say once a week, two times a week, depends on what you want. It can be going to the store, for example, like getting a test drive of the car that you really want. Now go and get this test drive. It can be as simple as, if you want to move out, I know like we are all around 20s. I suppose some of you want to move out or want to move to the different place. Look for these apartments. Go book the appointment and go check it out. Like, meet with owners, go enter these apartments, look how awesome it is, and imagine how amazing you will feel when you live there. It is experiencing and putting yourself in the situations where you feel great, the situations where you want your life to be in a couple of months, in a year, in a 2 from now. Until you do this, affirmations are great, visualizations are great, but it's only one side of feelings. If you put yourself in the situation, everything else enables. All the other side, like all the other feelings, like incredible amount of energy unlocks, because you actually feel physically what you want. It can be, if you want to, if we are here in a group of girls, let's be honest, we want to buy we want to buy expensive stuff. One of the reasons I had to earn like money, because I love expensive stuff. So instead of buying, let's say, first of all, a bag for like $1,000, $2,000, buy something small from the same brand. They have different things, but keep it, buy it, keep it as a reminder of where you're going. It's a physical thing that is going to remind you every single day how awesome it is when you can allow yourself this thing. And why am I talking about this? Because it actually directly connects to everything you are doing. It directly connects to trading. It directly connects to network marketing. Because the level of motivation when you wake up, and the level of focus that you have, and the level of doubt that you have, they're completely different when you know where you're going, when you know exactly how it feels to be there. Your level of motivation is here, and inspiration, and their strengths and everything. And like, and your creativity and the focus, everything increases. People are asking how to become more confident. I mean, there are some ways to like, there are a lot of aspects of it, but one of the aspects is, if you feel if you know how it feels to be where you want to be and to live the life that you want to live, you have much less problems with confidence. Because if someone is telling you no, or if someone is doubting you, sorry girl, but fuck them, because they are not paying for the life you want. So if you want which life you want, your level of confidence and your level of being able to accept the no's from people, and being able to go through someone doubts, and being able to deal with, for example, people who don't believe in you, and being able to deal with your own doubts is much higher. Because once you experience and you put yourself already in the situation, you know that you already did it. You already are 5 out of 10 steps there. So you can continue, right? You know that you did it like halfway, you can continue till the end. All of this, like, this is half of the work that you can do for yourself. Because we can work on yourself, and we can self-develop, and we can go on all kind of events. But knowing what you want is priceless. Because in the current life as well, current society, like, it's very difficult to know what you actually want. And this is why I wanted to make it as our main part of our today's call, because it's easy to go on Instagram and to see someone's life and to think that the life that they have and the life looks great, it's what you want. It's easy to go on Pinterest and to see someone's life and to think that this is what you need to be happy. And sometimes we catch ourselves to follow or to hustle for dreams that are not ours, and wondering why we don't have energy or why we don't have fire anymore to work and to wake up every single day and to continue, or why they're doubt, like why do we have doubts? It's because some of the dreams sometimes that we have, or the goals, are not actually ours. It's someone's. It's someone that, it's someone pushed it upon us. Someone told us that we are supposed to want these things. For someone, like, it can be different things. It is normal if this is exactly what you want. This is great. But if this is not what you want and it just looked great, this is a problem, because at some point, like, our mind again is going to catch it, and it's going to stop working, and it's going to stop helping you to get where you want. So another things that I'm going to ask you to do, besides raising your level of normality, is to check in with yourself, with the dreams that you have and the goals that you have, and imagine how it's going to feel when you have them. Are those actually your goals? Are they going to truly make you happy? Imagine that time and money would have no meaning for you. Like, it has no meaning. Would you still want the things that you want now if time and money wouldn't matter? Because only for your true dreams and only for your true goals, you are going to be inspired and motivated every single day to keep going and to achieve them and to make them come true. One of the best things I did is starting to unsubscribe. And I'm telling you this is something that I've discovered this year. I got in this, like, after, I made a lot of my dreams and goals come true, and I already have so many of those. Like, I have a ton of the list of things that I still want, it's normal. But, one of the best things I did this year is starting to unsubscribe from people and from pages that are not aligning with the things that I want. They might look great. They might look amazing. It might be a perfect picture. But if I understand that it makes me more anxious than happy looking at it, I'm going to unsubscribe from it. Because this means that it's not my goal. It means that I'm trying to achieve something that I'm having a FOMO. We are talking about FOMO in trading, but there is FOMO in life as well. There is a fear of missing out of the things that someone thinks they are cool. Like, let's say that driving Lambo looks great. Yeah, it looks great on pictures. It's actually hella uncomfortable. You need to slow down on every single bump. It looks great when there is a lady on the picture, on Instagram, drives cool cars, but we might not actually want it, and it just might look great, and we want something completely else. So if you feel more anxious and happy looking at the things, unsubscribe from it. Only leave the things that you really want, that really keep you inspired, that you see them and you have a smile on your face because you know that this is where you're going, this is where what you actually want, and this is what's gonna make you extremely happy when you get there. It can be different things for everyone. It doesn't even have to be like monetary things that you can buy. It can be pictures of, friends traveling with your friends, with your girlfriends. It can be pictures of family. It can be pictures of a dog. I don't know. I had my dog, for example, on my wish list for years, not because I couldn't buy it, but because their life just, just didn't come together and now I have him. He's sleeping on my couch. He's not supposed to be there, but I can't say anything. So he keeps sleeping there until I can stand up from the chair and get him off there. So those can be different things. It doesn't even have to be something that needs to be bought, but just make sure that the things that you have on your wish list, the things that you have on your Pinterest, the things that you see on your Instagram when you open it, are the things that are actually your goals. We are used to subscribe to people that we are supposed to be subscribed on, leaders, influencers, sometimes leaders in our organizations. And they might post something that we do not like, it's not necessarily aligning with us. How someone built the business doesn't necessarily be the way that you build a business as well. It also counts for this, not only in life. It's normal to not follow some people. In the end of the day, if you don't want to unsubscribe because you think that someone is going to be offended, there is a button mute on Instagram. They're not going to know about this. Just mute them. No harm made, no harm did. No one knows about this, and you're the area that you see and you get inspired from is clean. So one of the main, those are the main things that I want to tell you about, because all of this influences how you feel every single day. All of this influences how you're gonna wake up every day, and are you gonna keep moving forward or not? How long are you gonna stay focused on the goals that you want? All of this has a big influence on that. And in the end of the day, we have now November, and this is one of the best days we could make a call, because it's 11th of 11th, by the way, one of my favorite numbers, right? So whoever plays the call on this day is genius, right? And the last things that I want to do with you is actually a meditation, okay? So it's my, I rarely do the calls now, and I rarely for sure do the things like this. And I usually do them when I speak in the room, because then it's a better experience. But would you be willing to try it out with me? Would you want to try it out? Yeah? Okay, let's try it out. It's not going to take a long time, but this is a meditation that has helped me actually, and this is from one of my mentors, not in network marketing, but it's been already 5 years. And before we're gonna do this, I'm gonna tell you a little story about this. 4.5, something like this, something between 4.5 and 5. So when I was doing this meditation, right? The meditation is called basically 3, yourself, your perfect day, perfect morning, 3 years from now. And whatever we were imagining there at this point, I was imagining basically the place I've never been in my entire life to. I've heard a lot of things about. I knew that somewhere there is the place that I want to live in. Okay, their penthouse with a view on the sea and everything. And the place was Marbella, and I was imagining basically Marbella's beach, black beach with a view on the sea. I was imagining myself walking with a dog there, and it was windy, and I was already at this point where thinking about, it was a little different meditation than the one we're gonna do today, but very close. I was already thinking at this point, why is it so cold? I don't want to live in the place that is cold as well. And I forgot about this, and I never did it afterwards. And we created their wish list at that point, where we placed the things that we wanted together with the prices of it and everything. And I have it still saved since that years. And I never looked at it again after this first year. 1 year passed, I forgot about it. This year, in June, last year, I moved to Marbella and I got a dog. But I've never came to the place that I was envisioning this 5 years ago. This year in June, I took a car and I randomly like just randomly drove across the beach on Marbella with a dog for a walk. We exited the car, we were walking outside, it was windy, and I'm coming to the beach, and I'm looking at the complex, then like recently built complex, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is some beautiful penthouses. You know, let me Google like what are the prices and are they still solved or are they still available? And the first page on Google that I'm opening is telling me that this is exactly the project that 5 years ago they were starting to build, and I had on my wish list. And I did not know exactly in which place it's located because Marbella is 30 or 40 kilometers of the beach like this. I've never looked for the address. It's exactly the same complex. And I was standing in front of it. It was wind. It was exactly how I felt it. It was a little bit cold because it was a colder day. It was a black beach. I was there with the dog. The difference was only that I was wearing something else that is my vision. The rest was exactly the same. And I felt for the first time in my life how crazy it is, because actually not like without just knowing anything, without reminding myself about it every single day, like something got me there years afterwards. Just like this. Of course, I kept working. I kept like every single day I was moving forward and everything, but I was not thinking about that moment. So imagine what would be if I would actually do that. Right? So that gave me some food for thought, but I'm sharing this for you because this meditation and this vision that I created at that moment was something more than just a picture in my mind. It was just something more than I could do something about, because it got myself there just like this. So I want to share it with you today. And I want to make sure that from my side, I can share it and you can take it in the future with you. And you can experience exactly the same feeling once, you know, in a couple of years from now, when you will realize that you are living the life of your dreams, that some years ago were just in your heart, were just in your mind. And, you know, this moments when you're working for them hard, and you will be standing there or sitting and you will feel so proud, and the most importantly so happy that you got there, and everything else will be just a beautiful memory, no matter how hard it can be right now, because you will know that everything was worth it. Okay, so let's try it out. Well, first of all, if you trust me and if you feel comfortable with it, let's just close the eyes. And let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 2 and exhale for 4. And again, inhale for 2 and exhale 4. And one last time, inhale for 2 count. And exhale for 4. Imagine that above your head, there is a steady, warm sunlight. And this steady, warm ray of sunlight is going through the top of your head, through your body, and you can feel the warmth, and it's feeling you, feeling your whole body, from the tip of your toes up to the knees. It's filling you up, and the sunlight is already at the level of our stomach, and you feel like the warmth is extending for all your lower body. going into the arms, every fingers, elbows, like your whole body is getting filled with the sun rays. Up to the neck, shoulders, the head, up until your whole body is filled with sunrise, warm, nice, light. And you see this spark of light in front of you. And you close your eyes because the light is so bright that you can't keep them open. And you feel like the light went off, and the next time you open your eyes, you are in a bed, in the comfortable, perfect bed, and you have a look at their clock next to you, and the clock says that it's 6 a.m. November 11, 2026. You slightly turn around and you see the person next to you sleeping. It's the person that you love so much, and the person that loves you, and the person that you are happy to wake up to every single day. How do they look? Who is this person? You look around your bedroom, and the bedroom looks exactly how you would envision it. It's your perfect bedroom. You're just so happy to wake up there every single morning. You're silently on toes, sleep out of the cover to not wake your other half up. And you sneak out of the door, silently closing the door. You are entering the other part of the house. How does it look? What do you see around? Look at every detail, because every single detail there is placed by you, is chosen by you. It's just like how you would envision it, your perfect place. Have a look at the pictures. Are they standing or are they hanging on the wall? Who are the people on these photos? Maybe those are your friends. Maybe this is your loved one. Maybe there are some famous people together with you. You became friends, you became close. Who are those people? You look so happy on these pictures. You continue to walk through the room and you exit on the big terrace. What do you see? What is the view when you look outside? Feel the breath of the air. How does it smell? Where are you? Hear the birds outside. Are there any out sounds that you can hear? Feel the sunlight on your face, on your skin, and enjoy the moment. Come back in the sight, and in front of you, there is a big mirror. Come closer. Look at yourself. How do you look? How does your hair look? How does your skin look? How does your body look? How does the person that you see in the mirror takes care of yourself, of herself? What does this woman eat? How many times per day does she eat? Does she work out? Not. What does she like doing? How does she like spending the time, her free time? Does she do any sport? Any hobbies? What needs to happen for you to look like this? How does she take care of herself, of her body, of her health? You look in the mirror and you're so proud and you love yourself so much. Just happy to look at the mirror every time. You go further in the house. You have an important meeting today, so you need to dress up. So you come in your wardrobe. How does it look? Is it a big wardrobe? What do you see inside? What does a woman who you became wear? Which kind of clothes? What is her style? Which kind of shoes does she wear? What do you see inside of the wardrobe? Which clothes does she feel comfortable in? Are there any specific brands, kind of clothes that you see there? Imagine everything in details. How would your perfect wardrobe look? And choose something that you would wear on the important meeting. This is how you're gonna go today. You dress up, you look in the mirror one more time, noticing how amazing you look. And you come outside. There is one more surprise waiting for you. You come outside, step outside, and you see your dream car standing in front of you. What is this car? What is the model of the car? What is the color of the car that you see? Is there any specific design that you want to see? Who drives the car? Do you drive the car or do you have a driver? Come closer, touch it, sit in the car. Inhale the smell of the new car. Look around, how it looks. How do you feel sitting in your dream car? How does it feel to make your dream come true? The engine is on and you can hear the engine start driving, and you drive outside of your place and on the main road. What do you see around? Which city is it? Where do you live? What is this country? What is this city that you drive through? If you meet people around, how do they look? Look around, enjoy the views. You can hear your favorite song playing on the radio. And you're driving and enjoying the amazing weather and amazing day that is waiting for you. You drive and you appear in front of the big, new, beautiful building. On the top of this building, there is one of the best restaurants in the city with a big, gorgeous terrace. You park your car, you exit the car and enter the building. You're passing through the reception. They are greeting you. You're coming to the elevator and going on the last floor of this beautiful building. You're exiting the elevator and you see the terrace in front of you with a view on the whole city around. You choose a table, you sit on the table that you've chosen, and you're looking outside, enjoying the beautiful views. You didn't order anything because you're waiting for a very important person. You're smiling, looking outside and enjoying. And suddenly you can hear the steps behind you. Someone is coming closer. You look around and you know there's a beautiful lady. And you know her. This is who you have a meeting today with. She sits in front of you and you realize that this is you. Just right now, 3 years ago. You look at each other, you smile, you look so happy. You both understand exactly what you are thinking about. You have so many questions that you would like to know the answers for. I'm going to give you some time now, 1 minute to talk. But before, imagine that your mind and your soul moves from where you are right now to the guest that came, so the person that you are right now today in 2023. So now you're looking at yourself 3 years later, 2026, and you have the time and the chance to ask her all the questions. Ask her, what did she do? How did she get there? What were the steps? How did she become so confident, so happy? What did she need to do to grow into the woman that she is that day? I'm gonna give you 60 seconds now to talk and to ask the questions that you want to ask. Time starts now. There is one more question that I want you to ask her. Ask her, what would she do if money and time wouldn't matter? What would she do in her life? What does she do when time and money don't matter. And try to deeply feel the answer in your heart and your soul. Whenever you're ready, you stop the conversation, you smile. If you didn't ask certain questions yet, remember that she's always there. You can always come back to it and ask. But for now, you again move into her, and in 2026, your soul, your heart, your mind, and you look at yourself back in 2023 sitting in front of you. You're grateful, you say thank you for coming, and let your guest in 2023 leave first. She stands up, she says thank you, she's hugging you, and she's leaving. You are sitting there for a moment longer, looking outside and thinking about what happened to you now and the conversation that you had. Then you stand up, you go back to your car, you sit in your car, you're slowly driving back, continuing to think about this conversation and how far have you come? How many things that you've learned and the woman that you became. You come back home, you park the car, you go back upstairs, you silently take off your clothes, you sneak back in the bedroom under the cover, silently, and happily you close your eyes again. Behind the curtains, sunlight, sun rays come in the room, in your bedroom, and the bright light is coming on your skin. You can feel it on your skin, on your face, and it's so bright that you need to close your eyes so hard because it's just sun is so bright. You come back to the current moment and you can open your eyes whenever you're ready, whenever you feel ready. And I want you to save this feeling, whatever which you had, you felt now. And the best thing you can do is that you can repeat this same meditation once a week, because remember that sometimes it's difficult to remember and stay by the vision that we have. And if you will remember, remind yourself this once a week, remind the feeling that you have once you're there, it's going to be so much easier for you to keep going, because you will know where you're going and why you are doing this. So this is what I wish for you. We are in the end of 2023, but I'm not going to wish for you to come and make all your dreams come true till the end of the year, because let's be honest, we need a little bit more time. But trust me, if you make them in the next 3 years, it's going to be so amazing. So give yourself some time, focus on this vision that you have today. Okay, and I believe that every single one of you will be able to do this, because I felt it on myself, and you can do so much more than you can imagine. In the 3 years, it can be so much further. And remember this, okay? I love you, girls. Thank you so much for having me today on the call. I hope it was useful, and I hope you loved it. And I hope it's gonna stay with you as well longer. So thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful rest of the evening, and I hope to see you back soon again, okay? You're
I'm speechless right now. I have goosebumps in my whole body. To be honest, I have been in so many calls from you in the last 3 years, but this one hits different. Hits different because I
Change.
mean, I swear there are so many ladies, they're missing a lot today. It was not the decision that you have made that they can't be in this call, but I'm sure that this recording from this call, they can help a lot of women out there. And I thank you so much for your value today. Thank you for taking the time. I know you told me that you can't only do this call in 40 minutes and 45 minutes, but hey, we have did it more than 1 hour, girls. So, girls, I have switches now in German. So the called yes, all right, girl. Also ich bin euch ehrlich, ich weiß echt nicht, was ich da noch was dazu sagen soll, weil der Call war einfach eine komplette Bombe. Drop mal ein bisschen noch mehr Herz, noch mehr Liebe in den Chat für die liebe Anastasia, dass sie einfach mal diesen Call komplett auseinandergenommen hat. Und Girls, falls ihr das nicht wusstet, also halt dieser Call, dieser Vampire Call, wird nur mehr alle 2 Wochen stattfinden, also damit die Wertschätzung irgendwo noch da ist, okay? Das heißt, es wird noch einen Call geben vor unserem großen Event am Anfang Dezember, okay? Und deswegen, ich wünsche euch auf jeden Fall noch alle einen wunderschönen und produktiven Samstag. Lassen auf jeden Fall diese Zeit nutzen, okay? Und wir werden uns auf jeden Fall auf dem Event sehen. Und Girls, wisst ihr, wie wir unsere Dankbarkeit Anastasia geben kann, indem wir einfach heute ihre Punkte umsetzt direkt nach dem Call, okay? Weil es waren einige Punkte dabei, wie die direkt halt umsetzen können. Und schau auf jeden Fall unbedingt jede Woche dieses Recording an, einfach mal am Abend, weil ich glaube, es ist auf jeden Fall gut für unsere Minds und unsere Souls, okay? Und deswegen, hey Girls, ich wünsche euch auf jeden Fall noch einen sehr blessed Samstag und wir hören uns. Tschüss!